Rioters set fire to Israeli embassy in Mexico City.
Here's a summary of the article.
Rioters on Tuesday set fire to the Israeli embassy in Mexico during a protest ostensibly against the Israeli military operation in the southern Gazan city of Rafah. Masked protesters threw stones at security forces who had created a barricade preventing access to the diplomatic mission in the Mexico City's Lomas de Chapultepec neighborhood. Around 200 people participated in the Urgent Action for Rafah demonstration, dozens of whom attempted to break down the barriers, according to AFP. Video posted to social media showed fires raging outside the embassy complex. The riot came after Mexico filed a declaration of intervention in South Africa's genocide case against Israel at the International Court of Justice. Demonstrators in front of the Israeli embassy in Mexico City on May 28, 2024. On Sunday, Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant said the IDF would continue to press its offensive in Rafah in order to free the hostages held by Hamas and destroy the Palestinian terrorist group. Israeli officials insist that the military operations in the enclave are being conducted in conformity with Friday's ICJ ruling.
This post received a score of 16,000, with an upvote ratio of 91%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Mexico City does not have the water to be fighting fires either.
Now this is serious, don't make me laugh.
Mexico City does not have the water for your crying emoji.
Never give your water away. Lisan Al Gabe is too humble.
I'm team. Let's not attack Jewish or Muslim people to make a stance.
Sensible team. But this was an embassy representing a nation state, not a faith. Not that torching it was a good way to go about things.
Americans cannot tell the difference between church and state, hence the confusion with an embassy being a state institution rather than church.
It also doesn't help that the Israeli government constantly says that Israel represents all Jews.
Which is actual anti-Semitism, ironically.
Yes, and it's directly leading to making the Jewish diaspora less safe. If they respond to this by calling it an attack on Jews worldwide, then they're opening the door for nutjobs to attack a synagogue, since they're constantly equating the two institutions. Nutjobs have attacked synagogues long before Israel's existence.
Which certainly clears Israel of any responsibility on that front. Good argument.
You would think Mexico has enough of its own problems.
Like I said in another comment, there are protests every day in Mexico City about any imaginable issue you can think of. It is not far-fetched at all that there are protests about international things as well. Most other protests just don't get traction in international news, mostly because they are only relevant for the people in Mexico.
How many of them result in an embassy being burned down?
I don't know about embassies, but stones and Molotov bombs in protests are much more common than you might think. Just 2 weeks ago, the National Palace, which is where the president lives, was attacked with Molotov bombs and explosives by other protesters. Jesus? Explosives and Molotov cocktails, that's honestly kinda of shocking. The most we get on average, at least where I'm from, is maybe rocks and other non-dangerous items. That's kinda of insane.
Greater than Jesus? Don't start calling out individuals by name unless you've got some evidence, man.
Our city's running out of drinking water, what should we do? Attack the country that has a monopoly on water desalination technology? Bet.
I don't think monopoly is the word you're looking for.
Only Israel is allowed to evaporate water and collect it.
Only we have the space laser technology.
What fucking timeline are we living in? The same as the last centuries? This isn't exactly new.
Why would anyone attack an embassy anyway? That's literally your main medium for communicating with that country. How the hell are you gonna tell Israel to stop the war when you cut off the phone lines?
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.